In this exercise tutorial, I'm going to be taking you through how to use the Technogym Peck deck machine, or otherwise known as the Peck fly machine. Now, you'll often see flies, specifically flies for the chest, done like so, with a soft elbow, bringing the hands in towards each other. It's a little bit different with this machine. There's a little bit less bicep. We're in a bent position with the elbows and we come in. It's the same principle. However, we haven't got straight arms. We've got bent elbows when we do it. It's just a different version of how to do a fly. So with this machine, we've got a mechanism, and you'll notice here, if I push my foot onto here, watch what happens to these. They come forwards. So there's specific clients that I might use and might get them to push forward first before doing the exercise, and other clients where I wouldn't use this at all. How I would know as a trainer is if I had a client get into position where they've got their forearms on the pads and hands gripped. If they're nice and happy in this position, they've got no lack of shoulder range of motion, they can then just start from this position, chest up, head forward, and they can bring their elbows in, hands and palms together, and slowly back under control. If, however, I have a client that doesn't have that shoulder range of motion, they can't get far enough back without impinging the shoulder or causing shoulder discomfort, that's when I might get them to push forwards, then come into position where it's going to be a lot more comfortable, come into the same position with the whole of the back and the head on the backrest, and then from this position they'll do their first rep, take their foot off, and then they can continue their repetitions coming back to a range of motion that's suitable for them. And of course, when they're doing their last repetition, so let's say this is the last one, they'll then put their foot back on, keep the foot on, come out of the exercise, and then the foot comes up, so it goes back to the start position. The last cue with this exercise is whether you're using this kick pad or alternatively you're starting from the full range of motion. When you're doing the exercise, you're looking to breathe in when you're bringing your hands together, and breathe out as you're slowly returning the weights under control. Make sure you're always looking forwards when you do the exercise. And of course, if you find that your elbow is not in line with your chest and you can't squeeze and contract as well through the chest, then you might have your elbow too high or too low. So if I come into a contraction like so, where my elbows are in line with my chest, I can feel my chest contracting. If I come higher, it's harder for me to get that contraction through the chest. If I come lower, it's the same as well. And that's where the seat height is really important. So sit on, make sure you're in the exercise. Then before you start, just have a look at where your elbows are. If they're too high, if they're up here, we know to put the seat down, and of course vice versa with putting the seat up if you are too low as well. That's how to do the Peck deck exercise, and it's the Technogym machine that we're looking at today. You repeat that for your desired amount of sets and repetitions.